Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me on today's video. Today I will be budgeting out this week's paycheck, which is $379.76. If you are new, welcome. My name is Alex. I'm a single mom to one beautiful daughter named Savannah. She is 12 years old and I am 32 years old, and we live in the state of Wisconsin. I am currently saving up for a house. I'm an independent contractor. I shop and deliver groceries to customers, so if you're a gig worker, you could probably relate to my budget. My paychecks are very inconsistent, and that's why I love using the cash envelope system to help me budget out each week's paycheck, helps me stay on track, and honestly, this method has helped me save the most amount of money so far. So I hope to inspire others to try out the cash envelope system if you have not yet, or just make a budget plan in general. All right, so let's get started. This week's paycheck, $379.76. This is quite a low paycheck. It was very slow this week. And then also my daughter had 3 volleyball games this week. It kind of cut into the hours that I typically do work. So I ended up working a little bit less hours than usual. But overall, I think the gig economy right now is just pretty bad. Not a lot of people can afford that luxury. And if they do, they don't tip as good now, unfortunately. And so, yeah, I think this weekend I'm going to apply to a couple different places. Even if I have to work at Taco Bell or something just to kind of get out of gig work, honestly, I think I might try to do a couple of orders potentially after my new job. But yeah, I'm not having it with these low paychecks. So I did end up cutting a couple of things out of my bills. I was getting kind of a little bit worried. My bills actually ended up increasing though because my car insurance went up. But if you guys notice, I cut out Spotify. I was paying $3 per month for Spotify. And then another change, obviously my car insurance went up. Now it's $19 per month. I will end up switching around and it'll be less. Ideally, I would like it to be $15. That's usually the amount of money that I'm used to. And then TV streaming went up slightly because Disney released the live action of Lilo and Stitch. So my daughter and I added that on to our streaming service. So we are paying a little bit more for TV streaming, but that will only be for this month. And then after a month, I will cancel that. We try to only have one TV streaming service at once, but I figured we were gonna go see that movie and pay probably around $20 anyways to go see the movie. So I decided I think we can afford the extra $10 to be able to watch it at home. All right, so let's get started. My paycheck is $379.76. I will be setting aside 15% of my paycheck, and that will be going into savings. This week it is $56.96. After that, I'm left with $322.80. And then I get paid weekly, so I just figure out what my bills are weekly, which is $256 now. So after I deduct that, I'm left with $66.80 this week. Not ideal. However, I do have a time off and bad work week envelope. I have $916 in here for weeks like this. However, I really don't want to have to dip into that. So I'm going to see if I can make this work. All right, so watch me figure out how I want to utilize that $66.80 this week. These are all my categories that I have in my binder and wallet, and then everything off to the left is the amount of money that I currently have in each envelope. This helps me determine where I need my money the most, or I just have a set amount that I like to put into each category per week. $66. So I did have an unexpected expense. I ended up needing a new router, so I actually already bought that, and that was not in the budget. So I ended up having my mom order it for me so I could get free shipping and it would be shipped super fast. And so I ended up sending her $55 for the new router. So I do have to deduct that, which only leaves me with $11. I will give my daughter $5 this week. That leaves me with only $6, so I will put that into gas. I like to keep gas at $100, but that's okay. I can skip that this week and only put in $6. I'm just going to recalculate everything, make sure the math is mathing. $66. I'm just gonna take another glance at everything and make sure this is my for sure budget, because I can shift money around if I really need to and if I feel like I need to. You know what? I am gonna pull out money from time off. I mean, that is what that envelope is for. I really don't like to do that, but you know what? I should. All right, I'm gonna put $20 into my personal envelope. I like to give myself $20 every single week. And then I will go ahead and also put $20 into family fun. And then I will put $20 into vacation. Or do I really want to do that? It's not a necessity. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I could fill up gas to 100, but actually, you know what? I think we're going to be going to Six Flags this weekend, so I probably should do that. All right, so I currently am at 40 that I would need to take out of time off. Gas is at 71 plus 6, so I would have 77. So I would need $33 also into gas. So 33 plus 40. So I'm just gonna make a note for myself that I will need to take $73 out of time off and bad work week. And then gas will change to 33 plus 6 is 39. All right, that looks good to me. Well, thank you so much for all of the love and support on my channel, you guys. All of the comments, all of the likes helps my channel grow. So thank you so much for that. I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend, and stick around if you would like to see what I spent this week on like groceries and just everything I bought this week. All right, you guys, have a lovely weekend. I will see you in the next one. Bye. Hello everyone, this is everything I spent this week as a single mom of a 12-year-old daughter. I spent $43.98 on groceries at Aldi's, 6 buns, pepper jack cheese. We are actually making some chicken sandwiches with this cheese. It'll be super yummy. And then provolone cheese, 2 bags of chicken breast, 1 bag of Black Forest ham. And then we picked up some thick sliced bacon. If you guys love bacon but only have it on the weekends, for instance, and have a small household like us, what we end up doing is we end up freezing the rest. I typically cut up parchment paper into strips thick enough for 2 slices of bacon, and then I just stack it on top of each other, put it in a Ziploc bag, and throw it in the freezer. 3 bags of frozen vegetables, 2 bags of frozen broccoli, 4 bags of romaine lettuce, 1 bag of Honeycrisp apples, 3 cucumbers, and 8 bananas. And then I still need to pick up sub bread and tomatoes, which that'll probably be in a separate video shortly after. For meals this week, for dinner, we are doing the chicken sandwiches, and then we are also doing some subs as well. Lunch for me, I always have salads. I will definitely have to share the salads that I make one day with you guys. And then for snacks, Savannah and I usually snack on apples or bananas, or if you saw our last video, you guys probably noticed that we have enough chips to last us quite a long time. And then my daughter has breakfast and lunch at school. Hey guys, I stopped at Walmart and I ended up spending $6.25. I got 8 tomatoes, some shredded cheese. However, I believe I will actually use this next week. And then sub bread. And then I thought it would be a fun idea to show what my daughter bought this week as well with her chore money. So after her volleyball game, we went to Hobby Lobby. She spent around $17 and she bought this container for the beads, and then she bought all of these beads as well. I want to say my favorite are these like little cat beads. They're so cute. And then we went to Hobby Lobby again this weekend and she spent $4.24. Everything was 50% off, and this is what she picked up. And then I couldn't help myself, but I bought these flower beads for $4. It was 50% off. Super cute. I plan on making maybe some earrings with these possibly, or maybe a bracelet. We will see. And then I actually had a gift card, so I didn't spend any money on beads for myself. And then I ended up spending $10.90 at Walmart. I bought this fuel system cleaner. According to my Uncle Tom, this brand is like the best. And so that is why I bought this brand specifically. And then I finally found my daughter some shoes at Walmart. We spent $99.71. Ideally, we were looking at Ross, Dress for Less, and TJ Maxx. Ideally, we were trying to find something there, but she has pretty large feet. She's size 10, so it has been difficult to find something in her shoe size, but we still found some good shoes at Walmart. So first up, I got her a black pair of tennis shoes for $24.98. They are slide-ons and she really loves them. And then we do not have any like fall shoes right now, so I ended up buying her these cute little slippers, and they have hard bottoms so she can definitely wear them outside if she would like to. And those were $21 each. And then I bought her a pair of pink tennis shoes. That was $27.98. They are in her gym locker, so I will just insert a quick photo of them. And it was super cute because at one of her volleyball matches, I ended up seeing another girl. She had the same pair on. So that was super cute to see. And then since we had some extra money in the budget, I ended up also getting a pair of those slippers in my size. Super cute, only $21. Such a good deal. And then I ended up picking up a shirt for my daughter. It was $8.99 at TJ Maxx while we were shopping for shoes. I was not anticipating buying a shirt, so it actually wasn't within our budget. So I ended up just using my envelope to buy it. So I spent $9.48 at TJ Maxx on this shirt. My daughter is absolutely obsessed with dogs, and she does not currently have a Halloween themed shirt. We try to stay away from clothing, like seasonal clothing, but I made an exception because she loved it so much. And then another item that I did not budget for or plan on buying is this cute little witch's potion lab. I figured this would be a cute, fun activity for me and my daughter around Halloween. So I ended up spending $6.30 out of my envelope as well on this. All right, you guys, that is everything I bought this week. I spent a grand total of $244.05 this week, $50.23 on groceries. $50 is my budget every week, so that was pretty spot on. I spent $99.71 on shoes, $9.48 on clothing, $10.90 on vehicles, and $25 on a school field trip, $28.73 on gas, and $20 on fast food. All right, that wraps up this video, you guys. Have a lovely weekend, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.